Okay. So where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Yeah, can you please recap for the
What?
people who have been waiting in this lobby for 2 hours, 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
I mean, some people might.
Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically.
Huh. Well then, who was he?
Well, he was actually nail polish,
Nail polish.
doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries?
Hmm. Yes. Forefather.
The heck did she draw?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that last week and I couldn't recognize what it was.
Is that the Japanese symbol for yes?
No. There's no hiragana, katakana, or kanji present in that image.
Is that ancient Sumerian for yes?
Perhaps. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He said that I had the talent.
Yeah, Dark Deities. The fish says, "Hoy there, small fry."
The talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Even like a physical construct, like a golem or something.
Would a physical contract's clothing be removable?
This conversation happened off stream. Stop.
Oh, they're not gonna get the bit. Now they're gonna think I'm the weirdo.
Yeah.
Man.
Anything.
Apollo, now they're gonna think you're the weirdo. Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those.
What the heck are you drawing, girl?
I mean, I'm sure if you look it up in the wiki or something, they might tell you.
I don't see anything when I looked up her name, but forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution nor personality. I know very. What?
She's never had a good personality, or she's never had a personality, which both are kind of like what?
She's never had a personality. I know very little of the world that's on my door. Now, because of me, Father is. Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already you were already creating your works back then.
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned. That was. Mr. Justice, it's time to the courtroom, please. Right, out of time.
Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out and we saw that was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. I see. Mr. Justice.
Yes?
Father. He knew of you. of both of you.
Your late father.
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Writing Co. law offices. But lately, we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano.
The best I can find is under her list of sprites on the wiki. That sprite is titled Sad. And I'm not saying that sprite of her, that sprite of her drawing, because the drawings are separate sprites than her. Like the sprites of her revealing the drawing, it's just a blank canvas, and they just put a sprite on top of it.
They just re-sprite the sprite.
Yeah, they just because she reveals it after she drew it. She just flips it over, and they just layer a sprite on top of a sprite, and that specific sprite is called Sad. So. Which all of them look like their emotions. So there's an annoyed one, a happy one, a surprised one. Okay, they're not all emotions. There's actually some that aren't emotions. But yeah.
Well, they're not really gags. Yeah. When Father heard you had resumed the legal business.
There's happy.
How pleased he was. Who was Mr. Misham?
How am I supposed to know?
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Well, I mean, does it? I mean, I don't think he's Phoenix's dad, but I'm like 52. Only 19 years older, potentially.
Wasn't Phoenix's dad the tiger guy from the other game?
No, El Tigre.
No,
No,
whatever it was.
we've never met either of Phoenix's parents. You're thinking El Tigre. What was his? I don't remember his real name, but he went by El Tigre. He was just some guy that was pretending to be Phoenix Wright and looked similar, but was orange. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. Okay, 1:36 p.m. District Court, Courtroom No. 3. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off.
Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this do mission forger persona?
There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
I know. I mean, what? What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries?
As a loaded statement, Judge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any rules against the judge asking loaded questions, but the judge isn't supposed to cross-examine either, so...
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one? Yes. painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So, she was the one who made the forgeries.
Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of the operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her.
Since they never have an image of him without that or that green spot on his nose, I'm just gonna assume that's a birthmark.
I've done a bad thing. I have. Haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes. It was in the desk drawer.
Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work that was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony.
Not what the witness realizes it.
Very well, please begin the cross-examination.
Right. Okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. So these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
They're really trying to skirt around the word forgery for some reason.
Maybe because it makes his client look bad. Not though he's the one that came to the conclusion that she made it. So
Yeah.
The closer we were, the closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope may very well have killed your father.
All right.
By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance...
For instance, a letter someone had written? Or a fingerprint left upon a cup?
How?
She could forge fingerprints?
How do you forge fingerprints?
She could forge fingerprints? Excuse me? That's near impossible. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but like it's frankly wild that it's possible. Like she would have to like invisibly paint in oil without leaving any kind of brush stroke on a microscopic level. Practically impossible.
Yeah, no.
Not literally impossible, but practically.
I mean, what tools would you have to even make that? So
Yeah, you'd have to use like a brush that's like the size of like a literal strand of hair. I don't even know. Yeah. Dark Data's right. He grows an artificial finger and then presses it. She's just Ditto. That's just what she is. She like
Ditto.
hacks off a piece of herself and it clones into the item.
She's wearing purple.
She is wearing purple.
She might just be
Her
a.
dad has weird eyes. It wouldn't surprise me.
She just might.
If both
She
of
might
them were
be a
just Dittos.
Ditto. What are they called? Somebody dressing up like a Pokemon, kind of.
Gajinka?
Gajinka. She's a Ditto Gajinka.
Yeah, a humanoid version of a Pokemon, a Gajinka.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Ditto Gajinka. Well, her dad also, again, he has a weird face.
Doesn't he have
Maybe
Ditto
that's why he
eyes?
couldn't.
He is a Ditto.
Yeah. Maybe he just couldn't, because he's like, some Dittos can't make perfect copies. He can't make perfect copies of art, but like she can, because she's like she's one Ditto that can turn perfectly into something else.
The Misham family's actually just Ditto secretly.
Confirmed. I mean, if MatPat Game Theory still was around, that would be a theory.
Nah, they don't. They're too far gone. They were too far gone into like 5 billion theories about Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Over a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
And Dark Ditto, that's why she can make it perfectly. Her dad was a Ditto and her mom was a Smeargle.
Oh yeah, there you go.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all.
And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Dumisham.
I wouldn't say forgeries are an industry, but okay.
A new industry?
I mean, the judge agrees.
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words.
I mean, what else are you gonna forge a fingerprint for?
Oh, I get where this game is trying to go.
What?
Huh. This is the whole thing with, like, Phoenix getting disbarred, right? Like, it's probably because one of the pieces of evidence was a Misham dupe.
A Misham
And-
fingerprint.
Yeah. and he picked this one to, like, weirdly exonerate himself. So, because I know that he still does law. Like, I played the demo to Dual Destinies, and I know that he's in it.
Who's in it?
It's Phoenix. Like, I know he goes back to practicing law at some point. So maybe like this is his exoneration, as I said earlier.
Uh-oh.
Which is like pretty manipulative of him. I never picture him to be so cunning.
So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used. You seem kind of dumb if you didn't know how they were using a fake fingerprint.
I mean, she was 12. Like, I'll ask my niece and nephew if they think they know what a fingerprint is used for, and I'll let you know.
They'll just look at you and be like, I don't think so.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What's a fingerprint?"
No, I was making an Animaniacs reference.
Oh, fingerprints. I got it.
I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in an unusually lit world.
Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope?
Father signed them and sent them back, I believe.
Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp.
This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought.
What do you mean you received it?
Oh.
That's sadness. Is that like
wonder why
a
that's
person
sadness.
looking away into... Something?
To the number 1?
Oh! It's a face.
Oh,
it's a face. It's a big teardrop.
Like an eyeball crying.
Yeah, I see it now. The one eye's crying. That's a huge teardrop. The other eye is.
And then the other eye is
closed.
it's like one of these eyebrows, like this.
Or that too. I was thinking it was closed and it was just like a triangle.
No, I think
But
it's like straight eye and then curved eye like that.
Yeah, I
And
see
then
it now.
then the other eye is like her dad's eye,
I can't.
with just like a huge gibbly tear above like a scribbly mouth.
I can't even unsee it now. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, how it literally. That's all it looks like. It looks like nothing else now.
Oh no, I can definitely unsee it. Like it's
I can't.
it's like one of those things that I actively have to force myself to see it.
It's very clearly a face, and now it makes sense. Once it said sadness, started thinking like, I mean, all the other emotions, like, or at least the happy one we saw, is a circle, and there's a circle. So
Yeah, maybe I'll after stream I'll draw it myself and color it so people can like visually see the different parts of it.
Vera Misham drawings colorized.
Yeah, Vera Misham's drawings colorized.
That'd be a nice
My Axel voice.
sad emote.
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Atroquinine. You knew as a
she just liked the
12-year-old that it. What?
Maybe she just liked the stamp, so she forged a copy of it and used the forged copy
Why wouldn't she keep the forged copy?
because she wanted the original. Just because
She didn't. She didn't forge it very well, though. She didn't forge the poison on the back. They said she could forge anything.
On it. Yeah, that's so funny. Well, like she would have to know that it's on there. Like she can see it and automatically discern like its chemical compound.
Listen, she can replicate a fingerprint. I don't. At this point,
It's incredible that she says she can replicate a fingerprint, and nobody has yet said that that's weird. Like these are like professional judges and attorneys and legal personnel that have been doing this
I take
for
it.
years.
I take it because they dealt with fake fingerprints in the past that were forged by her, and they're like, "Oh,
I
that makes
guess
sense.
so.
That's I guess that's who did it." Well,
That is wild that somebody just drew fingerprints, and people are like, "Yep, checks out. Those are fingerprints."
I mean, yeah, people draw everything at Rule 34. So
Can you stop with the Animaniacs reference? Nobody's gonna get it.
everybody will get it. That's the most known line from Animaniacs, probably.
Nobody's gonna get it. We're old. A moment, Ethelhead. You can't force an answer upon the witness.
But you do all the time.
I know. Literally, last case, he was like, "Are you sure you remember that happening?"
That was
'Cause
this
if you,
case.
Literally this case, yeah. Because if you remember that happening, you're not gonna get your scoop. Are you sure it wasn't the other way around? So he can do it, but nobody else can. Little jerk.
I am
That's
upset.
it.
I am upset that guy ended up being one of our most honest witnesses ever.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. I'm still shaken about that.
Like the only other witness I can think of that like didn't lie once was Victor Couto, the old guy from the French restaurant case, and that was because they set up a fake crime scene. That was the one with the fake phoenix, right?
Oh, okay. Weird that I brought him up. Like
Yeah.
the odds. But yeah, no, it's very upsetting because he's literally the most untrustworthy looking character I've ever seen in one of these games. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive this stamp?
Is something wrong?
It was beautiful.
Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
She had to draw another version of it again.
She loves
That's how
it.
beautiful it was.
Yes, I think it was.
So, you didn't know about the poison?
Cusco's poison?
They're sad.
Ooh.
Or frowny? That's not sad, I guess. I guess not.
So the trap failed by chance.
That-
by mistake.
That one was annoyed, according to the wiki.
Thanks to this commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call.
You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books.
This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Mission wished to reduce the visibility of the world at large.
When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work.
So that was the real essence of the artist Drew Misham. Darkness. You did the work and he supplied the face.
So you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in.
Apparently not.
About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty, and more than that,
Yes?
it was lemon scented.
Sorry.
It was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new. You knew other people?
Clavier's doing a guitar riff because of how sick that burn was. You knew other people? A good one there, forehead. Oh, she must feel terrible about herself.
I need to pick up the drums for when I'm with you.
Next, tell her to touch grass. Oh, it's be very funny. Sorry, I had to. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us.
Poison Cusco. Huh.
Oh, damn.
Siribot, what did he get?
Wow, impressive. Good bot. Oh, this is in Reddit. Can you good bot your bot?
No,
Like,
I'm just curious what it deleted, but I don't know how I could see that.
Oh, it was sorry to bother you, but I'm gonna help promote your channel. if
Oh,
you
one of
pay
those.
money.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happened too quick from my end.
Oh, I can still see it on my end.
Oh. Okay. Wonder
Yeah,
if I can
well,
see
because
it
I have
back-
mod view on.
Yeah. There. I don't know why it doesn't have mod view on mine though. I'm looking through Streamlabs, but okay.
Yeah, Data probably can see it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to read Dark Data's Poison for Cusco thing. The dark.
That was a good
lightness.
bot.
I don't know
Good
what
job,
dark
bot.
lightness is. Yeah, I've never seen the bot do that before. It's interesting.
Yeah, I thought you did it. I was like, dang, you're quick. And then I read that the bot did it.
Yeah. Okay. Did you read this line?
Yeah. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein.
Oh, this is a new line.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it.
Hey there, Clark. Welcome. How are you?
Howdy, Clark.
Magicians?
I love mysterious things. I always have.
Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat.
You're confusing mysterious with freaky.
Freaky.
Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great?
Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited.
Yeah, Apollo, you're such a jerk about literally her livelihood. Like, be a good friend. Support your friend.
Oh
Like,
boy, you have panties.
wow. Wow, Shad. People
you-
know your profession, right? I can say that.
Did your daddy give you those magic panties? He had magic underwear?
Wow, Shad. You certainly have a profession. Must be real fun. I guess you must love doing that. Definitely not terrible and boring.
Are who even friends? Apollo and Trucy? I
I
feel like
would
they're
assume so at this
coworkers at
point.
best. More like a brother-sister relationship, kind of.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man.
He's
I feel
her
like,
her stepbrother.
ew,
There's nothing. What's wrong with a stepbrother?
the internet has ruined the concept of step siblings. You can't be step siblings anymore. It's been canceled.
Apollo got cornered into working for them. Kinda. He kinda did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also,
I
where
feel
else
like
is he
he's
gonna
still-
go? His like previous boss is hanging in there.
I get it. I just feel like the relationship has been pretty cordial. Like it's like yeah, like some soft ribbing, but like it's like I feel like it's like very friendly.
Sure.
So like I just it threw me off that he would disparage his like
He's done that before.
I guess. I don't know, man.
But the magic troupe, we saw this band soon after.
Are you
there, Outcry.
I was quite sad.
Were you gonna ask me?
it's just the magic troupe disband is what she calls somebody, one of them getting shot and the other one theoretically getting murdered. I mean, I guess that's a disband, right? Because like he only
Yeah.
got murdered this year, so
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I guess it's disband. It's fair.
How are you, Outcry? Friendly ribbing backed by genuine contempt.
Outcry. The cake was okay. It was okay. We can try the other one another day.
Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troop? Now, where have I heard that word before? The red envelope
Oh,
came
yeah.
after she completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made.
Yeah, Outcry opened up a business today. I forgot
Oh.
about that.
Forgot about that.
He's a business owner today, starting today.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him to sponsor the video so we can
yeah.
shout it out.
You, want to post a link to your OnlyFans? Shit, joking. So that's exciting.
Yeah. We'll talk sponsorship opportunities. Apollo.
We're close. We just have to piece together the two parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Misham's life. I'm more of a peanut butter and fluff kind of guy.
I was gonna say you're definitely a fluffer nutter kind of guy. You can tell.
I do have jelly. Jell-O's good. But you know, I'm a marmalade fan. I'm that weird marmalade.
Oh
guy,
yeah,
so.
you're a peanut butter marmalade.
No,
You're-
not
you're a
peanut
big
butter. That does not go together.
Peanut butter marmalade.
I did that
Marmaduke
once.
over here.
Don't
No,
do that.
Marmaduke. Paddington Bear. Paddington Bear.
Marmalade does not go with peanut butter. I did that once.
What do you eat marmalade? Just like plain
toast.
sandwiches?
On toast.
Plain toast?
It's good on toast.
But I thought Paddington Bear had marmalade sandwiches.
Did you have it with peanut butter?
I don't remember.
Because it's the peanut butter
I
that made
didn't
it
grow up
was
with,
really weird with it.
I don't remember growing up. I didn't grow up with Paddington Bear.
I don't know. I didn't know Paddington Bear existed until there was a movie. So
I'll cry saying that you're a peanut butter and cream cheese kind of guy.
independently, sure.
I might do that, honestly.
Actually-
I like peanut butter cream cheesecake.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like cheesecake that's like peanut butter. That's peanut butter.
peanut butter
in it.
cheesecake
and that's
is
cream
delicious.
cheese in it. So
Yeah. He might be onto something. Big brain over here. I'm gonna try it. We have peanut butter in the house.
be careful what kind of cream cheese you use. Don't use like bacon scallion.
Here's my salmon and capers cream cheese that I'm gonna put peanut butter in. Be right back, boys. Immediately die.
Okay.
Do you have to present something? Nothing seemed. Unless, is there something new?
We pressed everything new. I think the last statement was new about the magic troop. That one was the one that was new that got added.
So why we just present the Grammary ticket to be like, hey, we're going to this theater to see this magic show. Are you jealous? Because if you're jealous, I mean that this is the people that you liked, right? Ace detective work.
Is that? Do you think that's what we do?
I'm assuming we saved.
We did not save. I
Time
can't
for
say.
food crimes on chatjv.twitch. What's a food crime? Peanut butter and cream cheese? It's not a crime.
Maybe it was like with the
salmon and
bacon
capers one.
or bacon scallion. Which
Oh,
the
the bacon
bacon part
scallion.
probably wouldn't be necessarily
Yeah,
bad.
bacon and
the
peanut butter.
scallion
is
would
like,
be weird.
Yeah, the scallion would be weird, but the bacon and peanut butter still go together.
Yeah, isn't that what Elvis sandwich was? Peanut butter, bananas, and
Yeah,
bacon.
peanut butter, bacon, and bananas. Mm-hmm.
God, that sounds so decadent. I don't know if I could.
I know, right? I feel no wonder. Oh God, this is morbid. I was, but like, listen,
No.
you don't live very long if those are your favorite sandwiches. That's all I gotta say.
No, I knew you were going
If something
with that.
doesn't take you out of the sandwich as well.
I'd try peanut butter and banana. I've never done that. That's
Oh, you never done peanut butter and banana? It's actually very good.
you know it's good. Not necessarily as a sandwich. I've never had it as a sandwich, but pickles and peanut butter actually work together good.
Do they? I've never had
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We got some
It's
smoky barbecue pickles recently.
it's
Do you
a-
think it'll be good?
Well, I don't know about that. I assumed it's dill. It's a southern thing actually. They do pickles and peanut butter sometimes.
Oh. Huh. I never once came across it when I went down there, but when
the
I
only-
lived down there.
The only pickles
But
I
I
have.
believe you.
I'm not necessarily all the South. I don't know where it's.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They actually, I first saw it on Disney Channel. So as a kid,
I
I had only.
What do you see it on Dog with a Blog?
No, it was a Hannah Montana.
Oh,
That was like her go-to snack.
It was Hannah's.
Yeah.
The titular Hannah Montana's go-to
Yeah.
snack.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
but only pickles I have in the house right now are zesty, and I don't think that would work as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the only pickles we got in the house right now are the smoky barbecue flavored, so I don't think that would work as well either.
Okay, so magic shirt ticket.
Okay,
Kablam.
was not wrong though. Like we are talking about some criminal food combinations right now.
Peanut butter and pickles are not. That's not a criminal thing.
Peanut butter and pickles sounds atrocious, but like
Deep fried-
I am with it.
Deep fried pickles are a thing, so
Ooh, I love deep fried pickles. Don't get me started.
yeah.
But like you have to say objectively, it's like it sounds bad. Like you have to like
It's a
eat
salty
them.
sweet thing.
Yeah. Outcry is more of a savory umami kind of snacker. I'm just kidding. It's a savory salty.
It depends on my mood. I can go for any depending on my mood.
I'm usually a sweet snacker.
I actually
Like-
don't usually like sweets and salty combined. There's only rare
Yeah.
exceptions. So
Yeah.
I usually have some sweets in the house and some salties in the house.
Yeah. Oh, that could be the one thing. Hey everyone, while I got your attention, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the content, and comment down below and in chat, what's your go-to snack template? Do you prefer sweet, savory, salty, umami? Like, what's your go-to snack type? Comment down below.
That was very Dr. Maruki coded, but okay.
Oh, because he's always giving everyone snacks. Oh, what's your favorite
Yeah,
snack?
and he numerous times asked people whether they prefer salty or sweet snacks.
Oh, listen, just know that any information you do provide and any resemblance to that information being suddenly manifested in your reality is purely coincidental, and you cannot blame me for. So, just catch all terms.
Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch?
He literally did what I said.
What?
He literally did what I said. Apollo, they're not a bunch.
Oh, I thought they were the Brady bunch.
Here's a story of a dark magician
The dark
who
magician.
was followed by a dark magician girl.
Oh my god.
What? Did you not know that that's where I was going with it?
No, I knew you would, and I was like trying to brace for it, and I still wasn't ready, so.
You were prepared.
Plus, aren't they like brother sister or something?
And I mean, maybe.
I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
You prefer savory, Dark Data? Nice.
Oh my god.
What? Don't Google
Dark
it.
Data shared a
okay.
sandwich called Fool's Gold Loaf, which is a warm, hollowed out loaf of bread filled with the contents of a full jar of peanut butter, a full jar of grape jelly, and a pound of bacon.
That's... Every single piece of that was too much food.
I don't think I could bite into it without having to spit it out.
I've said before, the fact that Subway managed to convince a generation that a loaf of bread for lunch is healthy is already crazy. But I mean, that could still work though if you're like sharing it. If that's like a lunch for like a large family, like you cut it up.
Yeah. Oh god, that sandwich sounds so much.
Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
Good question.
Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat Troop Grammarly.
Wait, are we implying that the magician troupe poisoned, attempted to poison him? Well, eventually poisoned him.
Perhaps. But I don't think they get to decide. Like, I don't think they are the ones that distribute the stamps. I think the stamps just have their face on it.
Yeah, but oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
It would be weird. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible. Like, I could definitely see like a smaller group like having that kind of like they just buy a bunch and then they sell it at their own shows type of thing.
Yeah,
So it's still a thing.
The whole murder plan was a failure because of it.
Honestly, that's kind of metal.
All
If
right.
they advertise them as poisoned.
Ironic, don't you think, Prosecutor Gavin?
You have to sign a
It's-
waiver when you buy them.
It's a poison developed specifically by them for the stamps.
Yeah. It's magical poison.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Oh, German constipation. Noises. Grammary.
What's with Gavin?
Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work other than the painting. Please, tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask why? No! Answer the question, now!
Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize.
Oh wow, you blew in the mic.
Yeah. That's for all my hearing loss heads out there. That one was for you.
That wasn't that loud. It was just breathing in a mic.
Oh, it's like ASMR, is that what you're saying?
No,
Did it give you tingles?
I don't get tingles from ASMR. I get the uncomfortable feeling like somebody chewing loudly.
No, that's fair.
But I must know, please, Miss Bishop, tell me. It was a book.
Wait, she forged an entire book?
Why would you have to forge an entire
Oh,
book?
okay, now.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
A single page in a book. A book? Please, be more specific.
Evidence law.
It on the top of the page, it read DL6 incident.
It's a callback to the original Ace Attorney games.
It was a handwritten book, like a diary.
Tingle Tingle's Kululing Paws.
No, I don't. No.
Well, somebody just had a breakdown, so I think the case is closed.
Can you imagine the Pavlovian response of the judge is to call the case? It's like, yeah, that's what happens. Somebody has a bank breakdown, and then we end the case. That's just how it works.
So somebody breaks down, I pronounce the defendant not guilty, and we're done.
Yep.
And I get to go get my margaritas.
I get to get my fool's gold loaf sandwich.
And I go get white girl wasted.
While eating a whole jar of peanut butter, a whole jar of jelly, and a pound of bacon on one loaf of bread.
I keep it in my beard. It's already ready.
Oh, that's fair.
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Bisham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back of the cover? Yes or no?
Objection, leading question.
Yeah, Gumshoe, release the confetti.
How did you know?
I don't think he has to ask Gumshoe. Gumshoe, that's also his Pavlovian response. Here's a
Oh,
breakdown.
yeah, as soon as somebody has a breakdown, he's just like,
No, he has like a mental timer, like about like
yeah.
2 minutes later, confetti pull.
Yeah, he's in the back just snipping. Just immediately.
He doesn't even work anymore. He's a streamer now, but he still does this service.
Yeah. It's pro bono.
Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her.
He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing!
Sullied who? Mike Wazowski?
Mike Wazowski. I'm always watching, Phoenix, right?
Okay, old bag.
Always watching.
I mean, one could say that old bag was the inspiration to the snail in Monsters Inc.
Oh, she was the inspiration too.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I can't think of her name now. Yeah.
Gloria, is that her name? I don't know.
Would you call her Gloria?
Gloria? Yeah.
No,
No, it's not. It's not Gloria.
definitely not Gloria.
Is that just me adding random human names to fun characters?
Yes, it is.
No, because none of their names are weird. Like the villain's name is Randall. You can't add like a character named Gloria in Monsters Inc. is a weird name.
That's not her name. It's Roz. I just found it.
Roz.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a weird name.
I feel like you're closer to Mike's girlfriend, Celia.
Ah,
But
that's fun.
Gloria's the hippo from Madagascar, exactly.
Well, the one who's into Moto.
The one who's thick and chunky.
I like him big. I like him chunky.
Yeah, that.
I love her.
Phoenix, right. Who else? Daddy? He's never told you about the child 7 years ago?
Also, da 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 Afro da 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 circus. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm assuming
How
that's
about
also a
Seeking-
Madagascar reference.
That is also a Madagascar reference. Yeah. How about he came? How? I'm so thrown by the Madagascar of it all that I literally forgot Clavier's whole bit.
How he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
What?
See, I knew Dark Data would vibe with my commentary. It's for all my Madagascar heads out there.
Phoenix Wright, tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the
Dark
forger
Data
who made
does
that evidence was a 12-year-old girl.
Like to move it.
Is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago.
This has nothing to do with the current trial, Apollo.
Who asked Drew Misham you to forge that evidence? Yeah, she was 12. Okay, cool. For all of our sakes, who was it?
This has nothing to do with the current trial. Like this would not stand in court.
Well, listen, both the prosecution and the defense now want to know, so...
Yeah, but that's not how any of this works.
I mean, if the judge wants to know, then I guess it does. The judge has near absolute authority in a courtroom.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Like if the judge is like, yeah, I'll let it stand. Like, but like that's such a weird waste of taxpayer money.
I mean, it's also like, what are you going to do about a judge at that point? Because most of them are like appointed for life. So,
Yeah.
We only met once.
you met the client? Well, who was it?
It was. What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gadden's face again. Yes, what? Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Who was it?
It was you, Clavier Kevin.
Vera!
Oh, she was hypnotized.
The devil.
And she planked to death.
She, ugh, ugh. The early 2010s.
Defendant Vera Misham, condition unconscious. Examiner diagnosis acute quinine poisoning.
Equinine.
She was poisoned. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life.
Pokedex needed some extra cash.
She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. I feel like I'm not doing a good voice at this point, but like, I committed and I don't know what it is.
Hey, Clavier, why is he talking like that?
In some ways, that was the starting point of it all.
I don't know, Fräulein. He
And
just
that
seems to want to
is
continue
where we
talking like
must
a robot.
go. To find the whole truth.
Are we phoenixing? Are we about to phoenix right now?
Right?
Are we about to phoenix right now?
Phoenix, right.
I'm literally thrumming. Like my skin is vibrating. I'm getting goosebumps.
Showdown time.
We cannot be phoenixing right now. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I played for a long time.
This
and
is
only
Phoenix.
lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course.
Oh no, it is this guy. Okay, the magician.
Well, it seems I found a partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards?
Why, yes.
Yes.
Are you reading both? Over
Oh,
a game
sorry.
of cards.
It's not clear who's who.
I guess since this is how we met 7 years ago. I guess I'll be Phoenix because these are the defense attorney now.
Yeah, you always voice a defense
I'm
attorney.
younger Phoenix though, so
I mean, you're Phoenix as we last left him, right?
Yeah.
Like,
April 19th,
my gosh.
9:27 a.m.
Oh.
District Court.
Oh, it's the
defendant lobby number 2.
original. It's the original courthouse.
Yep.
Oh,
Phew.
the
Okay.
dopamine.
It's been a long time since I felt like you're such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigma.
This is me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
Oh, you have to leave in this cliffhanger, Dark Data? Well,
Dark Data. Have a good night. But
yeah. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Yep, I had some drink.
wow. This was unexpected.
I told you it was gonna
Like-
get weird.
I didn't know. I thought it was gonna get Bulbasaur with an extra set of eyeballs weird. I didn't realize it was gonna be like timey-wimey stuff. Like this has officially turned itself all the way around. I'm so excited. Like Apollo is kind of a wet blanket, but like my son.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand. I'm asking the impossible of you.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. By the way, I don't remember for sure the voice I did for Phoenix way back when, but I know it was fairly close to a neutral voice for me, so...
Yeah, it was before we started getting too crazy into voices.
But I'm just going to kind of do slightly off of a neutral voice.
Yeah. Listen, you're free to do whatever you want.
All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me.
Oh, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm glad you
Channeling your
came.
pearl.
I have to. I very rarely get to do it.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'm fine as always. This old boy is here to help me after all.
That's a young man to you? Good morning. That's a cute little outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about?
Oh, who's this? It's not her. Unless she's calling Phoenix an old boy.
It wouldn't be Enigma because that wouldn't be question mark.
Is it Valent?
Yeah, I'm gonna think maybe it's Valent.
I mean, just press A and then we'll just
Sure.
read the line after.
Oh, old boy. Huh? Me? Look what he started. Oh no, it was her. It was her.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Because he said old boy.
Yeah.
Oh, old boy.
Huh? Me? Look what he started.
Here.
What's this? Oh,
I don't know. I just got over here now. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it's really important.
Oh, what's this? A memo for you of some such.
not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later.
Yeah, like, why would Phoenix kill him in the future? Like, they're buddies.
So it seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifi Grammari. Grammari?
Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
We'll get through it. Somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy here.
Ah, an easy win then, yes?
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. What? A thoroughbred?
Listen, yeah, from a long line of prosecutors.
Well, that'd be two
They
long lines if it was a
specifically-
thoroughbred.
Yeah, they're from two long lines of attorney prosecutors. They made sure that they only bred with the other top breeds.
Manfred von Karma and oh god, what's the older female prosecutor? We don't have one. Crap.
There's literally only been one female prosecutor this entire game series.
Yeah, and it's Francisca, and she's too young.
She's literally Von Karma's child, first of all.
Well, yeah, but she's also like 19 here, so she couldn't have had a child that would be old enough to prosecute, unless it was like a 2-year-old somehow. Which I mean,
that is a meme on the
I'd
internet.
believe it, but like still.
Yeah, it's the youngest prosecutor we've ever seen.
Of course, there's one of those every year.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial.
Phoenix with a sudden but inevitable heel turn.
I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
No. I mean, yes?
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry.
That's very alarming for you to tell me, but thank you. First time defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare verdict.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing some illegal shit right now, so like, don't tell me, please.
Yeah, please do not talk to me anymore. Like, the less I know, the better.
Impossible.
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yup, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
Don't worry, Nigmar. If I had a nickel for every time I've defended a magician, I'd have 2 nickels.
Oh, very funny, Mr. Wright.
My client is Shady Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Gramarye,
Shady Enigma.
a wildly popular magician, star of Troop Gramarye.
Shady, you got some truths to be telling right now on chat.
Yeah, Shady, what are you doing?
Explain yourself.
What do you mean you're not going to be found guilty?
Explain yourself. Inevitable heel turn. Oh yeah, I bet.
His mentor, Magnifi Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician.
A rare breed? What is this? What is
Yeah,
this case?
he was a shiny magician.
Like, what is this case deal with genetic manipulation?
Oh, didn't you know? It's eugenics all the way down nowadays.
Yeah, it's literally this entire case so far has been eugenics. He
single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zach Gramarye is a suspect. Uh, 10 a.m. Cork, number 7.
Somebody played one of the Persona games in real time. Like, they started on the first day of the game and then they continued.
Some of those days be long, but okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. They explained it. It's like a whole thing. But now that made me think, playing Ace Attorney in real time.
Well, you're a little late to it then.
No, it doesn't have to be the same year. I'm saying same time periods. So I'd have to start. I'd have to start this case 7 years and later, then continue the series.
Yeah, not to mention you would, for most cases, you'd have to get through them in 2 to 3 days and then not play for 4 months.
Yeah, no, that's literally the point. Yeah, in the time skips of the Persona games, that's what they did. They're like, well, there's nothing happening. So they would go on stream just to be like, it's a time skip. Bye.
Court is now in session for the trial of Shady and Nigmar. Wow, this guy doesn't sound legit, but okay.
Next thing you'll tell me, there's gonna be a guy named Carmine Accidenti.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ooh.
Is the prosecution ready?
How old is he?
7 years younger.
How old is he?
How old was he before? Wasn't he 25 or something?
So he's 17?
I could verify.
Yeah, verify before I say really inappropriate things.
Crap, why am I blanking?
Clavier Gavin.
Clavier, that's it. Clavier. If my thumbs aren't too fat. Oh, thank you for auto-completing, asking for age. 17.
He is a cool dude. That is all I'll say.
But, I mean, Francisco was 17 and Ace Attorney 2, so you're not any younger than prosecutor we faced before.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we address that this is a child.
I mean, this is the same country that has Persona. Is it really a child? By their consideration?
Yeah, not quite. They're like a young adult, but for the sake of us.
He's still German though.
I could just like a wild thing and just make him just have a completely different voice.
Oh, he's not really German.
Yeah, it's just an affectation. I was just thinking, is this all the fun? No, that's not a good one. Cause he's like rock and roll, dude.
He's rock star German right now.
Rockstar German. Okay, very good. Okay. I was just thinking, is this all the fun? all that wind up for that. I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? A bit of a buzzkill, really.
Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime?
One of the first. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts?
I left my mom's spaghetti at home, but
Gavin, your concert's got 10 times the thrill this gig's got.
who were you again?
Clavier Gavin. I came. Extended pause. To get the party started! Legally, yeah. A wink at the
So he was a
audience.
rock star before he was a prosecutor.
Yeah. He probably was the one who said, hey, police department, wouldn't it be great if I have a band and you sponsored and paid for all of it? Yeah? Yeah.
Well,
I totally
he had one of the
started.
detectives backing it up, so
Yeah.
Gavin, defense attorney Christoph Gavins.
Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
Clavier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy.
Yeah, I really do think that it was just like
Because
they
you just
were-
told me, rock boy.
I know what you're thinking, as your league rock boy.
What are you gonna say?
I really do think that it was he had a band first and then got sponsored by the police, it seems.
Is that true though for also for Darian?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidental. Maybe Darian is not even in the band yet. True, my debut single, 13 hands. 13 hands. Ding, 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 ding. That's a Twilight battle from Kingdom Hearts. True, my debut, 13 years of hard time for love and platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah?
Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way.
Oh, so canonically, I have to have an affected Euro rock accent. Great.
Making it harder for you.
I know, right? It's the first time that anybody's been commented on an accent.
I don't worry about too much.
I'm just getting warm up, Air Justice, right?
Justice?
Air Justice. Ugh.
Who's
I'm
that?
just getting warm up, Air Attorney, right?
Perhaps you'd be so kind as to fill us in on the case.
Achtung, baby! Time to call on the opening acts. What was his name again? Yes.
Yep.
He's here! He's here, my boy! My boy!
We at least get him back for this.
Ah!
Which means canonically something must have happened to him between those 7 years. Because he's in this case in this game. And nothing else in this game.
Oh, man. This is such an incredible shot of dopamine. What was his name again? Yes, Detective Gumshoe. Hit it! Oh, look at him. He's so sad. And you are? Am I voicing him?
At this point, you kind of... You've been him more recently than I have, so...
I mean, you could voice him. if you want.
No,
It's
you
your call.
take him. You have a good Gumshoe voice.
That was a ploy. I would have never let you voice him. I would have voiced over every single line. Okay. Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I did not read that right. I did not read that right.
What?
I read horny side detective.
I'm a horny side detective.
I'm a horny side detective down at the precinct. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct.
Detective Gumshoe, long time no see. Even though I guess it probably would have been within this year that I last saw you.
Yeah, just like a couple weeks. Hey, you!
Huh? Me?
Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose.
Since when have we been, like, against each other?
I know, right? Like, I feel like they go out to have, like, dinner together after cases.
Yeah, we haven't, like, been antagonistic toward each other since, like, case 3. What's up with you, Gumshoe?
I got confidence in my testimony today, see?
What, you normally lack confidence in your testimony?
Hey, detective, this is my stage, yeah? Candy antics. Huh? Oh, that's hey, Ewing and such. I could care less about your history together. Oh
Very
no,
well.
they know we've dated.
Detective Gumshoe, if you would,
That's embarrassing.
please tell me about the case at hand.
That's kind of weird that the idea that they date, because I'm pretty sure both of them love Edgeworth, so...
No, do you misunderstand? Gumshoe thinks dating is something completely different. He thinks it's like sharing like a bowl of dates or something. He's like, oh, we've dated.
That's
We've dated
great.
multiple times.
I've never been able to afford dates before.
Yeah, it's the only way I could ever taste a date is when I would date it with Mr. Right. Let me tell you, it tastes much better than the prunes that I got the other day. When the old bag sold them to me out of the back of a car. they're just plums. She left out. She sold them to him. I'm creating this entire. I'm too giddy right now. Oh man. Oh, I'm so happy. It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital.
What?
Why is he looking like that?
What? You're not understandable, you just...
Why does he look like that?
Look like what?
He don't look real. Why?
I love the gunshot hole, like, makes his head look like hollow.
Oh, that's a gunshot wound?
I'm pretty sure.
There's like no blood whatsoever. His IV's like Band-Aid.
The clown
to
was
the
also
back.
shot in the head.
Yeah, the clown was also shot in the head.
The assassin
it was
wasn't
a
sure which
baby
one was
bag.
him, so...
Oh, that's so funny.
I'll just shoot them both.
Might as well. You never know. Like, why did they do that? They look at what they've done to my man's. What is that?
Actually, no, the gun's right on the table, so it looks like he shot himself in the head after shooting the clown.
He shot himself first, and then he shot the clown. Oh, this is wild. Didn't want to leave any witnesses.
Plot twist, that's
fuck?
actually Mo.
No! My man, Mo!
Oh, wow, you like Mo? Most people hate him.
That's with Jimmy John Downs or whatever, right? That's that case.
Jimmy John James? Jimmy John
I don't
Jones.
Jimmy John
John
Jones. Jimmy John Jones. It was a good case. It was a
I
good
like the
case. Yeah, that's a Maximilian Galactica, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
See, I remember him. I don't remember anybody else.
You don't remember Ben and Trillo? The ventriloquist and dummy?
Oh, the ventriloquist ones? Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
The
I
dummy
vaguely-
was in love with the 16-year-old lion tamer.
Yeah. And it's the first time in the series that we see a bottle of juice,
Is it
like
the first
glass
time?
bottle of grape juice.
I thought they've had grape juice before then, but okay.
Did they? I don't remember. Either way. I could be here all night, just basking in the joy of like seeing it's like seeing old friends. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like, did you feel this way when you first played this game?
Probably not, but it hadn't been that long. I played the first 4 games like back to back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been a long time for us. It's been at least a couple of years.
At least a couple of years. Way more than
Right?
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been a while since
That was back
since
when we were
actually
roommates. So
and they were roommates. And the facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out.
No blood, though, for some reason.
No blood. He's actually a golem. It's like a 12-year-old manufactured him out of clay, and then brought life to him through arcane rituals. And them's the facts.
Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifi Grammar, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
it's still this
I
picture.
love this. I remember this picture, and I love it so
I
much.
hate it.
I love it so much. The turtle's my favorite.
Not the elephant that's
yeah.
at the weirdest angle.
Yeah, the
they
elephant's
didn't
also
even
very-
try.
They didn't even try.
They just drew
like,
an elephant and then turned it sideways a little.
Yeah, they did. They just took the PNG and just like rotated it a little bit. Oh, that's so funny. Yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifique to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Yes, I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Grammar has made quite a name for themselves.
Anyhow, the retired Magnifique has been in the hospital for the last year. What was it?
Incuritis?
A male ignorant tumor or a tutor or something? A male ignorant tutor or
This is
something like that.
mall ignorance.
A mall ignorant tutor or something. Somebody got to teach these tutors about malls. Due to something to his liver, I think? Yeah.
You missed the chance to say liver and be even funnier, but
Oh, liver? Oh, okay, let me redo that line. Go to history. What was it? A mall ignorant tutor or something? Doing something to his liver, I think? Yeah.
A malignant... Yeah, now I can't talk. A malignant tumor, perhaps?
I made you see the funny. In other words, he had liver cancer.
Well, he's not livering
Yeah,
anymore. Sorry.
The bullet removed his liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact.
I mean, is it that bad then? I mean, all they took from him was like 3 months of life. I feel like that's should be a lesser crime, maybe.
All murder should be proportionate to the amount of life left in the person. Is that what you're saying?
No, because normally you can't tell that, but
Yeah. In cases in which you do know how much longer they have to live, right?
but it's like ordering a hit on somebody who's like already dying. Like, why would you do that?
I mean, for all we know, like, this is graphic and like obviously not a funny bit, but like for all we know, like they could have wanted to be euthanized.
Euthanized by a gun to the head.
That's a meta way to do it. Like if like you don't really like you're not alive for very long once it happens. Like you lose consciousness pretty quickly.
I guess if you do it correctly.
Yeah, I mean that seemed to be pretty correctly. There's literally zero bleeding.
That doesn't seem correct to me.
The bullet just went in and flipped the off switch, you know?
Like, it doesn't even look like he was shot. It looks like somebody like drilled a hole in his head.
Yeah, it literally looked like somebody drilled a hole in his head. Like why did they not? I mean, I guess because it would put the rating up, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, this is still T-rated. It wasn't the game till after this where they went to M-rated games. So
Yeah, like visual representation of blood increases ratings, if I remember correctly.
they've definitely had blood in the game, but
Yeah,
that
because
maybe
like
would've-
Ganondorf's blood changed colors because
they made it green.
it would have increased the age rating.
Yeah, but that would have increased it to T, not to M.
Yeah.
The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right.
Shady, I'm actively ignoring that message. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven.
God, I would hate to climb 3 months of stairs.
Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? That was a reference.
I wouldn't put it quite so
knocking
lyric.
on heaven's door. That's a
For
reference.
some reason, I thought you were about to go like meet me in St. Louis, like knock, knock, knock goes the trolley. Yeah, only people who listen to musical theater will even know that. So.
Only that was for our musical theater heads out there.
I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die?
Shitty, you're a freak. Ugh, I almost gavined Gumshoe. Ugh. Gross. Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes.
Diabetes?
Yep, he got diabetes. In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin.
Is that what? No, they don't say that, right?
As somebody who has 2 diabetic parents, I don't. They've never say they're gonna shoot up. No. When he was shot with a pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene. Oh gosh, back in the day, that must suck. When you
What?
have the insulin in a vial and you have to like pull the insulin out of the vial and then squeeze a little air out of it. Oh, it's so much work. Now it's a lot easier. They come in pens now. And you just adjust the nozzle to the level you need it, and then you stab it in your gut and you press it in. It's a lot more convenient.
Yeah.
Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life.
Has been washed or shows no sign of use. Oh, he didn't do it yet.
Washed. Ew.
I believe the question before us is clear then.
Yeah, this is like what? 20,
Why did the...
it's
What?
2025 in the game in the future, and we're in the past 7 years ago. So it's what,
2018?
2015?
28?
No,
It's
that's not
18.
math. 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to do that. Like, you didn't have to wash syringes anymore. Like, we got
Okay,
to the
but
point
this
where we could do
game
them
was
disposably.
the game was made way before 2018. In like mid 2000s. So.
Well, you know, I'm not saying that to like question the game's logic. I'm using that to question the in-world logic because that might be a discrepancy
Okay.
for like evidence-wise. Like, why would
Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What
yeah? Like,
reason
why
could
would
he
you
have had?
wash a syringe? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. Oh, so I was kind of right. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. So you would still go to jail because it is murder, but you would get a linear sentence because of the nature of why you did it.
Would you?
I mean, in America at least, there's been cases of like people euthanizing people at their request and stuff, and like it's like, well, you still did a crime, but like like given the circumstances, yada yada, and then like you get like a lighter sentence
Okay.
because like because euthanasia is
Not
legal in the U.S.
What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Those are the facts. I have here a letter in question. The letter in question. To my beloved Jack.
Well, that was not fast or long enough time, but sure.
Yeah, that was very fast. I could not read it.
Very
that
unusual
quickly.
indeed.
To my beloved Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtains. Come on me, that's what I was saying. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot a one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. A magnifique grammary. Peach.
Ignoring that, we both know the reason why. That's messed up. But wasn't he in the hospital, they said?
Yeah.
How do you ready a gun in the hospital?
Listen, that's how you know it's America. Yes, nurse. This is my emotional support revolver, and I am within my legal right to keep it on my person at all times. Thank you. Goodbye.
Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
Judge, you are so naive. You're so bad at your job. Could a letter cause somebody to pull a trigger? Yeah, it's called blackmail.
Seeing eye revolver.
It's a seeing eye revolver. No! That's so bad. That's so bad, Shady.
Listen, it was actually an evoker. He didn't know, he thought it was an evoker, so...
Yeah. He's like, I can't wait to manifest my hidden self. Oh, this will be a great party trick.
I'll bet my persona is Merlin. The Disney one.
He would think it's Merlin. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Thou art in fact not I. Oh, that'd be so funny if in those cases of somebody trying to use like a real gun as an evoker, Igor just comes up to you and was like, "No." That's like in between as you're like dying.
It's Merlin, but it's evolutionist Houdini. So.
Oh, that's so funny. That's like a Persona 5 level of evolution. Because you got like the fantasy trickster and then the real life, and then like the final fusion is like Houdini's real name, whatever his name is.
What Dini?
What Dini?
I don't know Houdini's real name.
That's so funny. I think it was Edgar.
Ed.
Come to me, Ed! It's just some sloppy guy in overalls. I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
You cannot refuse. We both know the reason why. Well, I said I only read the first line and I got bored.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've completely derailed the last half of the stream. Like, I'm so manic right now. Like, I was doing so well. I was not responding to like, I was not keeping the bits long.
And then your love showed up and...
then we went back in time and it's just, like, it's just, it's so
Detective
good.
Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Unfortunately, even a defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? What? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason?
Ace detective work, Phoenix. Ace detective work. Thank you. The devil's in the details, Anthony.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Like, it's a shift, yeah. Like, probably there's like a nurse that comes by at 11, so you didn't want it to be when the nurse was there. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifica Marie, was given an IV.
Well, it was because at 11 is when the dark hour starts, and so he had to come after the dark hour started.
Yeah. It's daylight saving time, so the dark hour had to like be pushed back an hour. You know how that works.
An IV?
There it is in the
There it is
picture
in the
off to the side of the bed.
Good work, Judge.
At 11 o'clock, a doctor would come to set up the IV.
Not good work, Judge. That was my line.
Oh. There you go.
To as human, Judge, I started to read your line a second ago, too. Forgive and forget. At 11 o'clock, a doctor would come up and set the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happens every night without fail.
So was the only time they could meet without the chance... So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV.
Ugh.
Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me.
Just seeing Phoenix, just like, it opens up my chakra pathways. It like revitalizes my spirit. Oh, hold it. Oh, that classic. That classic. Hold it. Oh.
Yeah, but it didn't have the, like, Game Boy Advance quality. Hold it.
Yes. Somebody artifact that in post, please.
Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it.
I want it to hurt my ears next time I hear it. Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he had commanded.
I mean, if we want to feel nostalgic, it needs to be the Wii remote speaker quality.
Oh man, throwback. Yeah, because that's how I played it first. You're right.
Yeah, and that was atrocious. Like, I loved it.
It was so funny that it did come out of the Wii remote speaker. Listen, the early 2000s were a time. Let me tell you. It was a time.
I mean, that wasn't the early 2000s, the Wii remote, but...
I'm just saying for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the early aughts were a time for everyone else with iToy. Remember iToy?
Is that the PlayStation camera thing?
For the PlayStation 2, yeah.
Yeah, vaguely. I didn't have one.
We thought we were so cool because our PlayStation could have a camera.
Actually, I think I did get one at some point. Because
Yeah.
I think I had, like, the Sonic Riders or whatever. No, that was
Yeah,
Xbox.
we had it, but
Oh.
we literally only got the game that it came with. Like, we never got any other games.
I don't think I had that.
compatible.
I think I'm thinking of the Xbox Kinect or whatever.
The Kinect, yeah.
Yeah.
The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just how you commanded. I actually read that line already, but it's fine.
It could be a setup. Let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change.
Thanks, pal. Fine, I could play it slow as well as I could play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
I have a feeling the ladies say you all play it fast.
Oh! Joke's on you, Attorney. The ladies don't say anything. A week?
That sounded creepy.
Oh, no, the implication is that I sleep with men, not women. Do you understand, yeah? No, I promise. I promise
I'm
everyone.
sorry. I couldn't tell if you were gay or European.
Oh, a very common misconception, yes.
And this letter was sent by the victim.
There it is! Gotcha! You're all mine this time, pal!
Huh?
I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's, no mistake.
Ah, I see.
Ha 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 ha! Score one for the boys.
I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts. Why am I so annoyed?
Neater.
But ordering a letter ordering your own death. Things aren't what they used to be, I guess. Back in my day, we used a telegram to order our deaths.
Back in my day, we used semaphore flags to create an intricate set of instructions that we would relay across the ocean.
Not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor.
So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead.
How can you be so sure?
Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking.
You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, Detective.
First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Also, the letter doesn't say it loudly. It doesn't make a sound.
It kind of doesn't say it clearly either, pal. I accidentally smudged it with my ramen noodle that I had for dinner last night. Don't tell anybody. Maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal.
You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people as bad, Detective.
We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residue show that it had been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
The photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Nigmar
Shot something else, right? Because that's the whole point. He only shot once, but he actually shot
shot
multiple
something
times.
else.
I think so.
Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes.
Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make.
What? And can you prove that with this photo?
I can prove he had a choice, yes.
Defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot?
The gun.
He did shoot the gun. Yeah. Objectively. It's the clown. You got it. I believe in you.
I was rubbing the hole. For good luck.
Ew,
Good luck.
gross.
It's like a lucky cat.
Don't rub the cat's hole.
No, you rub the cat's stomach. You never had a lucky cat statue thing?
Is it the stomach or is it the coin?
The ones I had never had coins.
They were
I'd get them at Disney World's Epcot, Japan. They had little ones that were different colors that represented different things like money or good health and stuff like that.
Oh, fun.
The clown doll.
Take a closer look. See, it's been shot in the forehead too.
Ah, there's a hole in its forehead.
Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Ha! And I suppose you have a reason to why he'd shoot the clown doll?
No. He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead.
His forehead. Ah!
Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. This is a really weird argument, but okay.
The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
I admit I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life.
The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. Might very well be a clue, and Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall.
How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get.
Gross.
Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal.
So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim?
Hey, not a bad summary, pal.
More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever.
That was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself.
Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me?
Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony?
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. Well, I mean, the added line was the last one. It said the letter. Is there anything else in the letter? It says one shot. Is that it?
Yeah, go back.
I'm gonna say. Go back to what?
Go back to the previous statement. Go back to the previous statement. Yeah, I don't know.
I just said it. It says
One shot, yeah, but
One
like,
shot.
where would we present that?
here where he said he shot the clown and the victim.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah,
is
go
the new
ahead.
statement, and they just said that we should read the letter carefully. So,
Yeah.
no. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are the evidence of the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
They are.
Not at all.
They
Mr. Wright,
are.
please think the facts over before making accusations.
Ugh.
I don't think that one many points to the judge. Okay, dang it. I'm wrong. What other things do we have?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think we've gotten anything that we can actually present. Is this one of those weird cases where we have to just press again certain things?
Is that what you think?
I don't. Based on what we got so far, nothing is sticking out. Like, go to the picture. Because the picture, like, we know what we need to get to, but I think we're like 3 steps ahead type of thing.
You said go to the picture?
Yeah, just to see, like, there's nothing in that picture that we haven't already outlined is relevant. Obviously, there's a ripped sheet of paper, which is probably from the note. The gun is there. The IV is not even on. The diabetes kit is there.
This statement's new. It was added when statement 5 was added. Apparently, we never pressed it.
Okay. Do you want to keep the mistake, or do you want to
We can keep it.
And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
Why are you so certain?
What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zach and Valen's quick draw shoot 'em?
Huh? What's that?
One of the defendant's specialties. Zach and Valen stand on either side of the girl. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? Kids love it. Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear.
I mean, if this was a stage prop, why would they assume that it would shoot normally?
Because they're stupid.
You know, that would explain a lot about the police force.
Drew Cameron stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held onto that pistol ever since.
Okay. Now we're supposed to press this one, I think.
I was gonna say nothing was added.
Yeah, it looked like we were supposed to press statement 4 after it was added, and then statement 5. We pressed in the wrong order with the 2 statements added.
Oh.
So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim?
Hey, not a bad summary, pal.
Okay, this is all actually identical. No? Okay, what did we miss then? Oh, no, we were supposed to press... We never pressed this?
We did.
I mean, this is what it says to press, that we didn't... After it added the statement, we were supposed to press this, so...
Yeah, maybe it added the 5th statement, but we had to go back and press
It added
the
the
4th
6th statement,
again.
too.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. After getting the 6th statement, we had to go back
Oh,
to the
no,
4th.
this statement was added. This statement was added. And then we were supposed to press this. The heck? That's weird. You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo?
That's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words.
You bet we did.
The court would like to see the pistol in question.
You got it, sir. Here it is. Oh, here she is.
Well, this truly is a blast from the past.
It's a stage picture for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets.
It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV.
That's what they always say. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces haven't been fired recently.
So, were any fingerprints found on the gun?
Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We We might say that the lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint on its own.
Aha, intriguing point, well made.
Whoa, not well made, not intriguing.
In any case, the court accepts as evidence. My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this gun. Now it's time to return to our testimony. He loves guns.
Now I think we press... What do we press? The fifth statement. Which is this.
It happens. It's one of those, like if you're playing the game solo, it's one of those things where you repress things over and over again anyways.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess. Why are you so certain?
Oh,
this is-
you're Mr. You never heard of that. Quick draw, shoot him. Always it was specialty. Second quick balance, and the girl in the shoes. They don't hit the girl. They said they hear everything. Got great design. All the kids love it, man. You boys and girls at the police because of the yeah. The true cover start doing the act. My old man held the gun ever
Okay,
since.
why'd you want me to press that?
Yeah, nothing happened because of that.
There must be two ways to do this, because you were supposed to... It said to press the fourth statement and then the fifth statement, and then it updates the gun. But we pressed the fifth statement and then the fourth statement, and then we got the gun updated before pressing the fifth statement again. So I guess you could do it fourth and fifth just have to be pressed.
Oh.
Now we can present.
So now I'm assuming we present the gun.
Because it only fires one... yeah, it only can hold one bullet.
Yeah.
The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, he missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If he hadn't missed that, he might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand?
Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After he shot the clown at the forehead, he went and...
Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
A murder weapon, how?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time.
Oh.
If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim, too.
Oh.
Oh?
Boom, 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 boom.
It was a year.
Yeah.
What? Yeah?
Oh, no, I'm just
Oh.
it's Phoenix's like turnabout music. Oh,
Yeah?
oh, this is such a treat. That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Oh? Where did he get the extra bullet? Not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales.
And utter lack of humility.
I really appreciate this being the first time that I feel like Phoenix has been like, you prove it. You prove it. You know, I'm sure that he has before.
He's pretty confident in this case.
Yeah, I really, it's unfortunate that this is the case that he's going to get stuck with false evidence against his own understanding.
What's this? Seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
It's like they're serving him a slice of humble pie that he didn't deserve to eat. You know, that's kind of sucks. Like I said, a detective was just a warm-up act. Oh. Now that the audience has got the taste of what's to come, they're ready.
Ready for what?
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gomery who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. We'll pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach.
Court is adjourned.
Wow. 2 to be continues already we've gotten through tonight.
Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great on time.
I think these are short sections too.
Shh. No, it's okay. It's okay. We're doing great on time. Shh. It's okay.
Why is they not bringing up the utter lack of any possible motive? Well, I guess the motive of whatever he's being blackmailed for, but they should bring that up.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
You've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discover the truth for yourself.
No, not better. That's really dumb.
I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You're scared, Trucy.
Well, she should be scared. Speaking of which, where is she?
You've seen the problem yourself, the letter.
The one shot in the forehead, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say, for now at least.
What's this for now business?
I've done many things in my life, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident.
Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols.
2?
Yes, the one I had used on stage and the one that had been used by my partner at Valent.
Oh, for the Zack and Valence quick draw thing.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping.
I just noticed they all have a different card suit.
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
I had noticed the spades on his hat here.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really pay much attention that this here is a club.
Club.
Who has...
Trucy has a diamond.
Tracy has a diamond. Who has a heart?
If I remember correctly.
Okay.
And definitely not Lamaror had the heart.
What about Valent, though?
I think Valent had the diamond. I think Trucy also had a club. Then I don't know. I lost track of the plot. I don't know.
We'll pay attention to it going forward. It's hard to see.
Yeah, we'll pay
there.
attention moving forward. I stood at his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So, there were other requests you couldn't refuse before.
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast. I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troop Gramarye?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol that fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's forehead, you'll find it to be a different one than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yeah, do you see the bottom of their cloaks also have suits of cards on them?
Yeah, I see. Though that has the
Yes,
whole,
but-
all of suits.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, that's all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me?
Ha ha! You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks.
Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened.
What? Magnific Grammary? He opened when he heard a gunshot point blank?
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see.
You mean you don't think he just could have woken up from having a gunshot in his face?
Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyways. And there was our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What did you talk about?
Ah, Mr. Wright! Did I not tell you? It does not concern this case.
Zach Grammary. He seems pretty steadfast to me. Maybe just stubborn. Mr. Wright, your presence request in the courtroom.
I hate that. I hate that you did that just for me. And I'm
That's for
upset
everybody.
about it.
Everybody needed it. You just got something a little different out of it.
Yeah. Once again, I am in your hands.
Right. Let's get back in there. $11:37.
Court is now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found and dug out of the clown's head.
Well, this is news. And the rifling marks?
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, though they did find the weapon style matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
Your decisive witness. How many times have I heard those words? At least once every single case, sometimes more times.
Yeah. It's Wendy Oldbeck. She's a nurse now.
Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job.
I mean, they've said that every time, so...
After all, he is... it's still Wendy Oldbeck. He is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Truth Grammary's famous duo, Zach and Valent.
Valent Grammary. So we get to meet the great Magnifi's other disciple.
Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
Oh no, he's hot. He's a heart.
Yeah. Honestly, I find Shady Enigma more attractive.
He aged a lot in 7 years. Holy crap.
He did age a lot in 7 years. Because, like, Shady was not much different. Shady looked almost exactly the same. If you remember from the first case.
Yeah.
He was bald, but I don't know if he's bald under that hat.
Valent here looks like he's, like, in his 20s, maybe.
Yeah, and then, like, in 7 years, he looks like he's in his, like, late 50s.
At best, like, 40s. Like,
yeah.
He aged at least, like, 20 years. Maybe 30.
Yeah, it's all the stress of hiding a murder.
Valent Grammary.
You was gallant before, but, like, it's up to you.
Valent Grammary. Magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt.
Fate. The grand illusion filled with traps and tricks. Is that a heart? It doesn't really look like a heart from this angle. Wait. The shooting took place at the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay, yeah, it's a heart. Now I see it that angle.
Yeah.
Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar.
Wait. That's the same letter Zach Grammar received. Yes, or
Yes.
perhaps
Oh, that's you.
yes, or perhaps you should say, "Ta-da!"
Ooh, I like that little. I like his hair. It's
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say his hair. Wow, that's a
yeah, it's like
hairstyle.
perfectly separated into like little divided sections. That's impressive.
That hair takes a lot of work. Also, he has really
Yeah,
long hair. Jeez.
Yeah, we thought Darian Crescen's hair took a lot of work. Like this is objectively probably more time
Yeah,
individually
probably.
letting the pieces of hair dry separately.
Order, order, order. And what does it say? Surely not the same thing.
What do you mean? Surely not the same thing. It would literally be the same thing. That's the point. That's what.
No,
it
I'd
would
say the different like addressee.
Yeah, perhaps you should see for yourself. To my beloved student Valen, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life
Why,
status.
it's
on the
practically the
120.
same.
Come to on the 13th at 11:20. I will ready a gun which will shoot
11:20,
one shot square in the
okay.
forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnifique Grammar. Peach.
Okay, so 15 minutes later, our client said he was there 5 to 10 minutes talking, so he would have been gone.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to hedge his bets. Be
Cour-
like, if Jack's not gonna do it, so you gotta do it.
Well, I have 2 foreheads in this room, so I need to make sure I send this letter to 2 people.
Yeah, he accounted for it. He's like, oh, darn, I didn't realize that this stuffed clown is gonna be my demise. Better get another person.
I could just like get rid of the stuffed clown, but it'd be easier just to send another letter to somebody else.
Yeah. If third, it would just be Lamoror.
Fourth is Trucy.
Yeah, it just keeps going down. Fifth is like one of the night nurses. Like it's like at that point, it's like he gets desperate. He just has like 7 guns on a table.
The court accepts this in evidence. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Grammary up to?
By which you mean?
I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion, Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked into the magician's path together. We walked the magician's path together, and in doing so, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is a strain, a warping of relations, you might say, a distorted desire. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to tell us? Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse.
We traveled back in time another 7 years for another case. That's what fractured their relationship.
Well, let's get on with testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Grammary, stands accused. Tell us why.
Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic.
Wait, ready? Pull up the history again. For where he walks, the red rose rise, singing hymns to the miracle that's magic.
Okay.
'Cause she's into wrestling. Remember that song?
Are you
She's
doing
like a
bowling for
bad
soup?
movie.
You're doing
Yeah.
bowling for soup? Girl all the bad guys want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. Wow, that was a
Well,
weird
it was
reach.
good. It worked. It worked.
Yeah, sure, but it was a really weird reach to suddenly make. Like it
don't
came
know,
out of
man.
left field.
What's wrong with bowling for soup?
Nothing. I just didn't see the connection.
It was like when
I didn't know you
walks.
knew the words that intimately of any other songs.
I just know one song.
Is that the only song?
No, I know more bowling for soup.
Has
They
to
do
be.
High School Never Ends, right?
Yeah, that's another good one. And
Yeah.
trying to remember the name of it. 1980, 1984? 1989?
The Bruce Springsteen Madonna. I'm waiting
Yeah,
for
yeah, that
Nirvana. 19.
1985.
There you go.
It's like not 1984. That's a book.
Yeah, you have to keep singing it in your head until it made sense. 1963. No, not that one.
Well, I know it's 80 something.
1981. No, not that one.
That's fascinating. I hardly need to remind you. The evidence could just as clearly point to you as a suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene.
In fact, the only difference is the designated time.
As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Yes. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up. Javier's so beefy when he's not wearing a jacket. Like, that's such a tight-fitting shirt.
That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The
Like,
smell
you
of-
can see his abs through the shirt. I don't know if you noticed that.
I'll look next time. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the deed is still a deal. A deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. Okay, we can literally just fix it. Well, not Shady. Yeah, Shady. Shady, let them do testing on the gun you're carrying, match the ballistic markings to the one in the clown, and case closed.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So you're the one who reported the crime.
Indeed, I would think this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court.
Yeah, self-reporting is a very common tactic.
It's just a cheap tactic to make weak magicians stronger.
Sussy.
But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Grammer, is guilty.
If it wasn't Zach Gramery, then the killer was you, Valent. And I've just let you hang around for 7 years, seeing my client's daughter.
Yeah, his surrogate daughter at that point.
And just ignored it for 7 years. But okay. No disappearing act will get you out of that. I mean, if this is indeed him, which it seems like it has to be, like, that sucks, because we know he got away with it for 7 years.
Yeah.
Beep beep boop beep beep boop beep boop.
Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m. Indeed. In magic, timing is everything. Right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Oops, I just revealed how we do the teleportation trick. Well, I would reveal the very secrets of my magic that I just revealed.
The very secrets of your magic. Now that you've revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on. You went at the designated time, and what did you see?
I don't know, but I'll probably reveal another one of my tricks while I tell you. So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. What?
It's a forbidden.
Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Now you are the one imagining. I'm also really bad at hiding when I kill somebody. Shit. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. The
Witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. Yes, yeah, I admit now you're suspicious, but I'm just gonna let it go. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things.
My aching blood.
When I made a pact with the demon judge, I had to give away my imagination. It was forbidden.
Was that a Drakengard reference?
Did I just accidentally make a reference to something I don't know anything about?
Yeah, did you accidentally make a Drakengard 3 reference?
I was just making a vague warlock joke.
It's just all Drakengard. I mean, I'm not calling out anybody in the chat, but it's Shady. If you're still in the chat, I think that was a Drakengard reference.
Listen, if enough monkeys on typewriters in a room long enough, they'll write
It's
Drakengard.
definitely, yeah, it's definitely a monkey's.
I was that monkey.
You were that monkey. You just made a Drakengard reference.
Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse. So it does, and my partner, he did not refuse. But Magnifi wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't all so strong. So which is it? Mind if I continue? There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner, Zach, has said much the same thing. Yes, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. Better dig around here a bit more, see what I turn up. Mr. Valent, let me ask you about something else. Let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely...
Yeah, definitely safe for this one.
Which one? What are we asking about?
Well, I would say, out of all these that make sense, the one that would make the most sense, the number of pistols to ask him, because Shady said he took it with him. Right? So if Valen says that there was 2 guns or something, you know what I mean? Like, this might be where we catch him.
Okay. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what, precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valent quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you. You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zack tell me back in the lobby?
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and I found there upon his table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I'd fired and placed it in my pocket.
I see no problem with that statement, because I didn't see that flashback. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all.
So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam, Alakazing, Alakaboom. My favorite Pokemon line. Also, do you spell Alakazam with 2 L's?
I don't think so, but Uri Geller was very litigious, so that's probably why they spelled it like that.
Uri Geller has nothing to do with the name Alakazam. So
yeah, but like it's that was the whole thing with like
that was the Japanese name.
Yeah, but like that's what I mean though. Like he's like
plus it was Kadabra, so
it's Kadabra, yeah, because it's like Geller or whatever, Yoon Geller,
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller. I think you're right though.
Is the number of pistols really so important?
Quite important.
The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey?
But yeah, if Alakazam comes from Arabic, then it would be with two L's because it's Allah, it's God.
I don't. Does it though? Does it come from Arabic?
It might. That's what I'm saying. If the etymology, it looks like an Arabic word.
I mean, I guess to be
Alakazam,
fair, I know the
don't.
spelling from the Pokemon, and that's one L.
Yeah.
But they could have changed it, I guess, like they changed Seal.
Seal of all Pokemon.
There's a Pokemon that had one letter change. So you took the only pistol there and fired it. That's correct. And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene. Good show. I see you too are a magician of sorts. And you're an idiot of sorts.
No, I was both correct and incorrect.
What?
It would still be one L, but it is it's unknown where it comes from, but if it comes from Arabic, it would be from Al-Kazam, which would mean the oath, and it would be just one L because it's the in Al in Arabic.
Okay, but what does
So, yeah, it was
Alakazam
two
and
L's there,
Alakaboom
so-
come from?
I'm not looking up the etymology to Alakaboom.
Do you have any idea what you just said?
I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about heating up this child a bit? These little ballads bore me.
Yeah,
It's not
pretty
fair
built.
that you get to see the fire in our eyes, but we can't see the fire in yours, Clavier. Take your sunglasses off. We're indoors.
I've got a hunch, but maybe that's all it is. Maybe they're just regular glasses, but they're like the kind that tint on their own, and they like messed up and they tinted in here.
Oh, they're transitionals.
Yeah.
Transitions did exist in 2018. They weren't very good. So you're right. They probably just hadn't transitioned yet. I don't think there's need for it. That's what we want.
Second thought. Let's run with this testimony for a while longer. So you informed the police. What did you do then? What do you suppose I did? Used my magic to levitate my mentor's corpse, perhaps? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Now please answer the question and skip the sarcasm. After I made my report, I called the doctor and we returned to the room. While we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed stomach medicine.
If we've confirmed this with the doctor, it all checks out. He praised Mr. Vallen's knowledge on stomach medicines, in fact.
It is but an honor I do not deserve, but I accept. I am very knowledgeable about stomach medicines. Both of Magnifi's students received the same letter. Both admit to have gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired, and one of them killed Magnifi, trying to find the cracks in his testimony. The Alaka cracks in his testimony. Okay, so that was the one we got.
Yeah, and then we present the gun.
The gun?
Yeah.
Oh, because it could only fire 1 bullet, so...
Yeah, if there was only one gun, he's insisting that it can only fire 1 bullet. We know that there were 2 guns, but the court doesn't. So we're trying to catch them in a catch-22.
That's my favorite Disney Channel original show.
Ooh.
I don't know what I was referencing.
I don't know what you're referencing.
But it feels like it works. Like,
Yeah, I mean, listen, you try to reference I like a crack or whatever you just said.
Alakazinga.
Don't let my dad hear that one. He will never let me live it down.
According to the defendant, Zach Gramery, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2?
Phoenix.
One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket.
Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head.
I'm assuming you don't have brains in your head either, because you're still going with the fact that 2 bullets were shot. So, what about what Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. Oof. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valent. Call what Prosecutor Gavin told us.
We compared the bullets taken through the victim's skull with the bullets fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
Order, order, order! Well, this is all rather sudden.
What have I done?
But Prosecutor Gavin...
I owe the court an apology. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
But that's not what you told us before. Is it? What do you mean it's not what you told us before? Isn't that exactly what you said before?
No, he said that it proved that it was that gun.
He said they didn't have enough time though to do a full analysis, but it proved
Of
it
the
was that
second
type.
bullet.
Oh. Okay.
Of the first bullet, he said that it was exactly from that
Yeah.
gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh.
But that's like all the way at the beginning.
You said you'd fired the. You said you'd verified the murder weapon.
Which is why I'm apologizing to you now, quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth?
What
Yeah.
bullshit is that?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I'm a kid, so I made a mistake. Can you hold me accountable? Is that what you're saying?
Essentially.
Or are you saying that you were young a couple hours ago?
Yeah.
That was just this morning. Okay, he's saying the latter. Oh, he's saying
I am
both.
still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now.
Valent Grammary?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, right, the real fight is about to begin.
Bring it.
Very well, the witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what.
I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in that room at the time was my partner, not me.
Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking on an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi.
It is easy to explain in this situation, Judge. For example... Oh, give me a second. My nose is itchy. Oh, boy. It's actually a teardrop falling on my nose that made it itchy. Take out the beauty hit single, 13 years at Time for Love.
Like one of your teardrops, or?
Yeah. Just Do you not casually leak liquid from your orifices from time to time? Like I have no reason to cry. It's just sometimes my eyes just release liquid.
Huh?
Is that weird? Is that?
I don't know. I only have the bodily experience of one human being, so.
Oh, okay, fair. Cue to the song. Press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do it 100 tries. The result's the same.
What are you saying? The debut single was only 2 minutes 15 seconds long? What a ripoff. What?
Phoenix. It's 2018. Most songs were not very long already to begin with. Back when you had to pay for individual tracks. Like I wouldn't pay full price for a 2-minute track these days.
I didn't buy many CDs in my youth either, so like
Yeah.
I never really paid much for music.
Yeah. No, yeah, like, you know, because music back then used to be longer. Well, not back then in the game, but like back then for us, you know, 7
Did
years
it?
from the point that this game came out.
I don't think 2 minutes 15 seconds is that short.
It's pretty short. Like, especially, like, I think compared to like some of like older tracks, like, because I know that like again, I don't know, like, I'm not a music historian, but I do know that like some of even like Daft Punk, right? They had like an 11-minute track in the Discovery album.
Okay, but you're talking about like outliers. Like, yeah, Stairway to Heaven is like 10 minutes long, but like
No,
that's not
yeah,
their average
yeah.
length for Led Zeppelin.
Like somebody, music historians, hit the comment section. Tell us the history of music length, or at least send us a video explaining it, because I'm sure somebody already talked about it. Magic is a word of utmost precision. Hoka poka.
Poka poka.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Unlike me reading my lines, hocus pocus requires admirable focus. Well, that rhymed.
I mean, he's a musician.
And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth.
Well, imagine if all of Clavier's lines rhymed, because he's a musician.
Ugh.
He's
This
just
is,
full Gruntilda.
What? Gruntilda. I was thinking of the Ubisoft game with the little girl that everything was like
Child of Light?
Child of Light.
Okay,
yeah.
but Child of Light isn't like comical in its rhyming scheme. And also is very artful because it's dynamic pentameter. So
Yeah. You gotta keep an eye out for them IAMs. Make sure the
I mean,
pentameter.
my favorite part was the clown in that, because the clown never rhymed.
Yeah,
He'd
like
always-
it was a false
She'd,
rhyme.
she'd
yeah.
always say
It, like,
something
led
that
you to
could
it.
rhyme, and then she'd change the last word, and I was like, that's
It was
brilliant.
fantastic. I love her.
Everybody play Child of Light. Child of Light is a work of art. It is.
Child of Light's great.
I'd argue it's one of Ubisoft's best games of all time.
Which is, I mean, the bar's pretty low.
I don't know. There's some good ramen games.
Ramen. There's some good ramen games.
There's
You
some good
heard it here,
ramen
folks.
games. And like
Ramen.
the first.
No, I'm thinking of EA. I'm thinking of EA.
Yeah, Ubisoft. I wouldn't say is like nowadays their reputation isn't the greatest, but like they've had good games in the day, and I still think Child of Light blow most out of the water. Like,
Yeah, Child of Light's great. Get it while it's on sale. It gets a pretty good sale most
it's
of
on
the time.
sale. It's on sale all the time.
Yeah.
But
Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times. And we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from this customary broad sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus of this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright.
carry on, right, my wayward son.
Tell me peace when you are done.
Are we allowed to press places?
I think we're allowed to press, just not like push our luck. I mean, I would save just in case.
Okay, should we press then, or?
I mean, let's just look over the statements and see if anything pops out. I arrived at the hospital at the appointed time. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, which is he said shooting the doll in his head. Okay, keep
Then
going.
he called the doctor.
And the doctor said, no more
Who?
monkeys jumping on the bed.
Who?
He examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10, okay? And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. Okay, go back. How was he so clear about the time of death? I think this is our way in.
Present something, press something.
Yeah, press this.
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say when I have some doubts about this. How could a doctor be so precise with the time?
Yeah.
We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true.
I mean, plus it
Exactly.
wasn't like a coroner or somebody's like an expert in like forensics. Like, I wouldn't expect a doctor working at a hospital to be able to even somewhat precisely identify a time of death.
Yeah. Well, even like most forensics can't like pinpoint the exact moment of death.
Yeah, but I mean, even like a good ballpark, you still probably need to be kind of an expert in like forensic
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not sure I've heard of a verified time of death.
Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction.
I see another person has done their arithmetic homework.
Not me. The point here is the IV the victim is taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim. Magnify Grammary's schedule.
I just checked though, and yeah, if we press the wrong spot there, we do get penalized. So, but you picked a safe spot.
So we picked the right one?
A correct one. There's only two specific statements that if you press them, you'll get penalized.
Oh, okay. Every night at 11 a.m. At 11, Magnify took an IV drip for the 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down the back to the end.
Ah, the needle's been removed.
Dr. Cleves fell out when he was shot.
It would seem to be the case.
How loosely was the needle in that it could come out when it was shot? Like,
Yeah, also,
They, like,
there's
taped
no
that
track
on.
mark of the IV being ripped off. You would see it. As somebody who has seen IVs get ripped off, you would see it. Maybe it's just like shorthand that they didn't want to draw it, but like, you would see it. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips.
you could just measure the remaining IV liquid.
Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death.
Well, if it's an hourglass, what if the victim turned it over?
Well, you need like an intricate ritual in which you have to like go to 4 different places on the world, sacrifice part of your humanity.
Or just
You know,
clench.
it takes a long time.
Or just clench.
Just clench,
Clench your arm and squeeze the liquid back in.
squeeze the liquid back in. That's such a himbo. Like immediately when you said clench, I thought of Groose from Skyward Sword. Yeah, literally. I feel like Groose would clench the IV drip back into his arm. He'd be like, I don't need this medicine. Medicine is for the weak. Just squeeze it
I've
back
invented
into
Grucicin.
Grucicin. Oh, he would invent Grucicin. You're so right. Just do 75 push-ups every 5 minutes until you're no longer sick. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after the administration began.
Okay, why was that not already in the court record, but okay. And so it was when I, Valent, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Did that seem important?
I guess.
Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have at the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic.
Behold the power of
Very well. I am a math man, sir. The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth.
is the truth.
The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, might it save and then press. Worst case scenario,
Press?
if it's a new statement, it'd be weird if we didn't
Okay.
get something from it.
Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm did I spy a rose, drooping and wilted. Its thorn the discarded IV needle.
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If the IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect.
Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. It is the colors of Wario. For it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix, yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians.
No one
AIM.
asked. AIM.
I was adorned in its attire then too, and our trophy a bust. Ah, what a day that was.
Unfortunate. They did all that work and then it was just a bust at the end of the day.
This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that IV too. I say I think 'twas hued especially for me, Valent.
That doesn't seem to be the case, indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Valent sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony?
There's a contradiction.
What?
The IV was green in the picture.
Certainly sounds like your lucky color has brought you plenty of luck. I mean, green's a pretty lucky color.
Yeah, but like he's
Also,
not wearing
though,
green.
I would assume the bag's blue. I would assume that it is yellow in there.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to see, like if it looks green to us, it looks green to him. He wouldn't. How would he know that it was yellow on the inside?
Opened it up.
Because you're right. Like a blue bag with yellow inside will make green, but like he would. If we can't tell that, he shouldn't be able to tell that either.
But not this time. Mr. Valent, your lucky colors betrayed you. I'm afraid you lost me.
Unless he like added more IV to like
Your
make
Honor.
it look like the time was different.
The witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence.
What?
He peed into the IV bag and that was yellow, so...
No.
Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Is your accusation based, Mr. Wright?
Don't worry, it's based.
On Gyat is
Very
based.
well.
It's so skibbity. No cap. On Gyat.
Very well. Let's hear the defense's claim.
Anybody who thinks otherwise is from Ohio. Yada yada. I don't know what else. I don't know what the kids say.
What is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valent has told us?
The picture. It is how do you say green?
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
The photo of the crime scene.
This talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. See, look, you can see his abs.
Yeah.
Tell us, Wright. Just where is the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure. And I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say.
That said, you can also see his pec, which you shouldn't be able to
What, in
because
this
when
photo?
you lift up, when you point, like your pec muscle actually comes up
Yeah.
into your arm.
What is this photo what in this photo contradicts the witness testimony?
The bag, it is green.
The hole in his forehead.
The hole in his forehead, there is no blood.
There's no blood, so he's not dead.
Magnifique comes out. He's like, man, he figured us out.
You both were too cowardly to shoot me.
So I just drew a bullet hole in my head.
Yeah, he's just like so good at stage magic that it look like one of those like Looney Tunes style. Like it's actually like solid.
I mean, it kind of looks closer to that than an actual hole, so...
It really does. It really
Like-
does. Yeah.
Valiant Grammary, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kinda takes the mystery out of it, but yes.
Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright.
Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. It's a hideous color. Take another look at the photo of this crime scene.
Phoenix Wright canonically hates Lovecraft.
Well, what's this?
Confusion. Doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy?
Elderly eyes.
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valent. Look at
Valent.
that IV bag.
How old is Valen in this?
37.
Yeah,
He looks
Phoenix
very
can't
old for 37. Holy crap. Or he looks
Phoenix
very young
can't
for 37, I mean.
Be that much older.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Phoenix, like 27-ish?
Yeah, so why are you talking about elderly eyes, Valen? You're older than he is.
But yeah, no, he looks way younger than 37.
He does look younger.
And then
37.
over 7 years, all the age just hits him at once. Also, you look, for 67, you look like you're 107. Jeez.
I hate that your mustache mutton chop combo look like they're going into your
Yeah,
nose.
it looks like it comes out of his nose.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's
too
not
Boba
it's
Bo
not the
for me.
mustache or mutton chops. It's actually like a magician cloth. He has it
Oh yeah, he
in one
just has
nostril, not
infinite.
the other.
Yeah. You pull it out, and it's actually just like a big nose drip, like the kid from Wind Waker.
Oh, I hate it. That's just cub chew. I hate it.
That's just Cub Chew.
Ugh. What is this? What foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic is involved in the taking this photograph. Ah! Alakaz! Alakaza, no! Alaka, no!
Look at all the aminos.
Order! What does this mean? There's no animals allowed in the courtroom.
This is some kind of mistake.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake.
The greener they are, the harder they fall. Suppose there's no substitute for experience. Wow, Phoenix is really just like done with this. He's just like, why am I like having to deal with somebody on their first trial? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, which is funny considering he did that for Ouchie. Like Ouchie
Yeah,
had
but
been a
Ouchie already
senior.
sucked. Like, he was only known as the noob killer, and that was it. So, like,
Listen, Phoenix is Clavier's Ouchie.
except for Clavier's lost most of the time. But I guess Clavier's
Oh,
winning
fair.
here, we assume. So,
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right?
Grammary, and I guess actually this would be the only time he went against them. So I guess it holds up. Valiant Grammary, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, This contradiction can mean only one thing.
And to think, you almost had me.
Hmm?
I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright.
Something
Roll
you'd like to
credits.
tell us, Prosecutor Gavin. As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright.
How do you mean?
How? Because the witness had made no mistakes. I agree that at a glance the IV liquid does appear of a greenish yellow. But I assure you the liquid itself is quite yellow.
Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself?
The bag? You mean the plastic bag in the hook?
It looks like I want to say light blue.
Precisely, you figured it out yet? Put the yellow liquid in a blue bag and...
You get green.
This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it.
As I thought, you fell straight into my trap. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
What?
You may tell a good tale, but you just proven something rather grave. For you, that is.
Grave?
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Clearly you didn't. Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid is actually yellow? Alaka's OMG!
Alaka's OMG, that's so good.
Order! Why is a
For a
37-year-old
37-year-old.
saying OMG?
I was gonna say, for a 37-year-old, he's up in the time of the slang.
Mr. Wright, you'll explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what?
I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valiant Gramarye, has testified that the IV liquid is yellow because... Why?
Oh, God. It's because he's seen it before?
Why do you sound unsure?
Cause that and he knew the IV's liquid color is the same statement. They both mean the same thing.
Does it make you feel a little better that there's two correct answers here?
Is it either of those two?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, those are the same thing.
Like, this is like, why did they even have the two of the same thing, essentially? From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew the IV liquid is yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag.
Suppose you would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor.
I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV's liquid color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah?
The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin.
I remember it well.
However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag.
Well, wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid.
Great job, Judge.
I'm right,
Great
right?
job. Here's a piece of candy, bud. You're so smart.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic, it disappears. No?
It turns into piss.
However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in.
Let me get this straight, right? You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IB bag?
Not with liquid, with IV liquid. Not with water, but with IV liquid.
Not with liquid, with IV liquid.
Not with liquid, but with IV water.
IV water.
My favorite beverage.
Yo. Have you ever tasted
heard
saline?
No, you've heard of smart water. This is IV water.
Yeah, IV water is just saline. That's what I'm saying. Have you ever tasted saline?
It's going to taste salty.
A little, but also obviously medicinal because it's like sterilized.
That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. No, wait! I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task? I am an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and IB bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
He has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag.
You wouldn't pour IV into a... No, you would just inject it through the...
You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to the IV to throw off the time of death.
I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, I need solid evidence to bring us back down to Earth.
Valiant Grammary, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was...
See, I was right. I was right this entire time.
this.
I was right this entire time. You were like, wait, was it clean? Listen, there's a point!
The victim's syringe.
It's perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick.
Yeah, you didn't even have to ask me what it was because you knew I was going to say that I knew what it was. You knew.
Because it was obvious.
I pointed it out. I pointed it out before the case even began. I'm like, why? It's weird that it's clean. Like, it wouldn't be clean.
And easy enough for an amateur to use.
What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not trace of liquid in it.
And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin?
What?
The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valiant Grammary, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes a perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Alakazog!
Look at those animals. You can't get mad at that. They're so cute.
Yeah, I can. They're not allowed in the courtroom.
Yeah, now there's pigeons in the rafters for decades, pooping on everything.
I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that, well, there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag. The time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much needed investigation work.
I see there are no objections. Court is adjourned.
Claudia, are you kidding me? Court was adjourned. You can't. The court was adjourned. Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. underestimate the young and they'll sweep you off sweep your feet out from under you in a way you've never, ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking.
What's he talking about?
You said the witness used a syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid, but there's no proof.
There's no proof he didn't do it either.
Yes, quite true.
Huh? He's admitting it?
Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hope. This I admit, after all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin.
He has another witness? Proof it, Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
What's this? Is this the death note?
This is the victim, Magnifique Marie's diary.
Diary?
After going into the hospital, Magnifique began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death.
Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request?
Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IB had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we?
I'm trying to figure out where we should stop.
Tonight's the IV is in, maybe the last. I'll leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. The journey may end here or it may go on, but not long, depends on his hands. And that is left.
All that is left to mine.
All that is left to mine is to something.
Something this pen?
Yeah.
This does appear to have been written just before his death.
Lay down this pen.
To lay down this pen.
The court accepts this into evidence.
And there's clearly a paper torn out. And now everything makes sense. Okay, cool. I now know how this relates to everything in the present.
Ooh la la.
I'm sure you figured it out too.
My brain's not that far into it yet, but because I don't remember a ripped piece of paper in the other case. But I do remember
Vera
What?
forged an evidence that was a page from a diary.
Yeah, so she forged this page.
Yeah,
right?
whatever that ripped page is going to be the forged evidence, clearly.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stop here, do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because we don't have any more cross-examinations, but I don't know how long this is going to go. Like, it might go 5 minutes, it might go 20, I don't know.
Yeah.